Socratic Gamers, here again with Sid and BJ. If you are watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that we are in a new clubhouse. Sydney has upgraded himself to motorcycle president and has purchased a 2-floor sweet little hideout. We're doing like a little tour. There's graffiti on the walls. He's got a barista lady.
Very
basic, but it looks really cool. I like how you have this Pride brew, and it's like yellow and green, like the Brazilian team.
This is what it came with, to be honest.
Oh, it looks good though. I like it. Now the tables have turned, and I am the VP for him, and we will do missions in order to get him more money, and we'll upgrade his clubhouse. Okay, so while you get that started, I checked out the video you sent me, the Graham Hancock one.
Yeah,
I'd seen it before. Basically, it's like
is it 3 different podcasts? Not podcasts, different lectures.
Talks. Not that one.
Yeah,
I couldn't see the other ones, but like I had seen that one that you sent me before, and it's interesting because like his whole perception is like when you do like DMT and stuff, you go into like a psychedelic realm in which you see entities from a different world and stuff, and like I don't know how I feel about that. It's like because they're saying like it's like you can mistake them for angels or like aliens and stuff. Like DMT gets released all the time. It's basically what's like your dreaming ability, you know. And like what do you think about like aliens or no, not even aliens, just like a different life outside of our own with like entities that are pushing us to do their whim? You think it's possible?
I don't think anything of it.
Do you? Okay, I feel you. In your sphere of perception, would you say would you place any emphasis on like aliens, demons? Like, do you believe in aliens and demons?
No.
No? Well, why not?
Because that's just, for me, it's just that is a creation of the mind of that person creating
for sure
a demon or so it's like, to me it's not real, so that's why I don't think of it.
Oh, I see.
I don't care to think of, because I don't think it's real, so it's like it doesn't matter to me.
Got you. But there's this whole movement, you know, with like all these people that do psychedelics, and then they begin to believe like, oh, there's like spirit entities that are like telling me what to do. Honestly, I think if like you had a spirit entity, I don't think at all that they're going to waste their time, you know, trying to like divulge the secrets of the universe to you. You know, I personally think it's all like mental as well. I agree with you. You know, it could just be them like messing with their own heads, and there's no way to actually tell. Whoops.
Are you jumping on with me?
Yeah, I was gonna jump on with you. And there's no way to actually tell, you know.
Me?
Oh my goodness. All right, cool, got you. And there's no way to like tell, you know, like, so like what benefit would, I guess it would be like religion, you know, what benefit would there be to believing in angels and stuff and like entities from a different realm, you know? It almost seems like just another way to cope with like death, you know?
It's yeah, that makes sense.
Like have you heard of, but like,
yeah, that's why it's like it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like it doesn't matter. I don't believe in it, so it doesn't matter what people say about angels or demons and stuff.
Totally. I agree with you. I recently had this.
But I don't search for it.
For sure,
that's the one thing.
You're not looking.
That's
for
why
it,
you know I don't search. I'm not looking for it. If it's real, I'm not looking for it. I'm gonna stay ignorant.
Yeah,
if
totally.
it is real.
Unless it's like measurable, unless there's some utilitarian purpose to it. But I was having this conversation with this guy about like past lives and like the ability to transport ourselves like from this dimension into like who we once were. And Joe Rogan makes this really funny joke about like people who remember their past lives. It's like they always believe themselves to be like some great king or emperor. You know what I mean? It's like it's never like I was a peasant, you know. So the dude I was talking to, it's like yeah, I remember my past life, and it's like I was this great person, and it's like, oh, of course you would think you were a great person, you know. And it's like and like I was like I was doing all the things that I do now, and it's like, yeah, because your subconscious is telling you that you're on the right path, or you want your subconscious to tell you that you're on the right path. You know, it's right. It's along the lines of like the entities in a different world. It's like, how do you even know that you have a past life? Do you believe in past lives?
No.
Yeah, because it's like it doesn't seem very logical. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no.
like how would you even remember your past? Your brain is completely different from the brain you once had. I mean, like maybe like you have some Assassin's Creed type thing where it's like you remember through your genetics. You know?
Well, the only thing that's closest to a past life are the genetics passed on to you. So, for me to say that I lived a past life, the only way I can say that is, oh, he's dead.
Oh, he died? Too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna die, just to let you know.
Alright, it's all good. Yeah, so you're saying?
Yo. What was I saying? Sorry.
About past lives, you're like the only way for me to.
Yeah, the only thing closest to a past life is the genes passed on from like your father.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I'll do you one better than that. There's the Native American, you know, like circle of life. So I will say that I have had a past life simply because energy is never created or destroyed. So in some way, I was probably like a bird. I wouldn't remember that I was a bird, but like energetically speaking, I'm pretty sure that like, cause like think about it, if you die, you're gonna decompose. The worms are gonna eat you. The bird's gonna eat the worm. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna be in a casket when you die?
I don't know.
Because if you're gonna be in a casket, then no worms or no nothing is gonna be eating you, because a wooden box is gonna be protecting you from.
How long will that wooden box last though? I'm pretty sure the wooden box will decompose over some time. No. I'm
not sure.
Would you get buried alive? Like not buried alive, but would you get
alive? Yeah, right.
Yeah, no way. But would you get into a casket, or would you do like cremation?
No. No cremation.
Really?
There's no worth into the world for that. You know?
Oh, like, so what would you do?
Just bury me into the ground.
Oh wow! So like not even like a casket. You just bury me.
No. Just bury me so that the soil can take my nutrients and the bugs can eat me.
That's really interesting, bro. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
Real circle of life.
Yeah, I like that.
Real circle of life.
You know what the funny part is? When you die, like it's up to the person really. Whoever's like gonna take care of that, because you'll have no say. You'll be dead.
I know.
But I agree with you.
That would be my request. I would not want to be in a casket. I don't want to be. I do not want to be burned and get turned into ashes, because then you have killed all the energy that I could have provided to.
That's true, yo. That's very true. Like
other
things could have been eating. Things could have been like whatever. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
I could give the like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I would like. But then people will fear the zombie thing.
The zombie thing. Well, there could be
because you'll be like, oh, like. Your grandfather is buried.
Yeah,
buried
totally.
So
I wonder what the whole I wonder what the whole ghost like resonance thing is. Like, you know, they say like, oh, if somebody was like murdered here, you can feel it, you know? And it's like, I wonder if that's really real, you know? Because like what is the level of energy that's given off?
Would they have known that someone died before someone telling them that someone died in this room?
I don't know. You know? Like I don't know how like those people, those
someone's chasing you.
Oh no, I hit you, so my bad. I don't know how like those like clairvoyants do it. You know what I mean? It's like they somehow are able to like.
They're probably exactly. They're probably in another reality that we cannot see. Like how dogs can hear that dog whistle and we barely hear the thing. You know?
Yeah, true.
like that different waves. Then maybe they're in a different reality.
Actually, that is pretty interesting. It's like we like different birds will see different light, and like dogs don't even see color. So it's like, well, that's kind of a waste for them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's
Well,
like,
it doesn't. I don't think it wasn't useful for them, right? So that's
yeah,
why.
exactly, yeah. So there's definitely alternate realities within this one reality. You know, it just depends on what you consider an alternate reality.
Exactly.
You know, oftentimes the stuff will get like inflated in order to sell. You know. Yeah. Do you remember Blink-182? I'm gonna blow your mind with this one. This is gonna like mess you up. All right. So remember how I was like obsessed with Tom DeLonge? Like he was my favorite. He's like my hero growing up, like musically.
I just know Blink-182. I don't know the details of who's in it or nothing.
Okay, well, he was the lead guitar player, and like I loved his music and like whatever. So like he had a falling out. Like ever since I've known of him, he was always obsessed with like aliens and stuff, right? But I was like, oh, that's just like a healthy obsession, right? It's like whatever, right? And then so he was in his band, and then like he broke up with his band, right? And he started like a new band called Angels and Airwaves. And then that started to get a little...
this guy. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. And it started to get a little more weird. It was like, okay, your music's getting a little less like pop rock and more about like weird consciousness, spirituality, like alien stuff, right? You're getting a little odd. So then he then kind of disbanded Angels and Airwaves, and then he was like underground for a while, right? And then he'd always like randomly post videos of like, or like pictures of him with like CIA members and like people from the Pentagon and stuff, White House. You know, like, oh, I'm working on some top secret stuff, you know?
Interesting.
And
so
then
maybe there are aliens.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, wait, the story's not done yet. This is gonna mind blow you, yo. So then he like wrote this book, blah, blah, blah. And then, like 2 weeks ago, he posted a video. It was like a live stream video, and he's like, I'm here with my new company, To the Stars Academy, and we are dedicated to entertainment and building of alien technologies. And I was like, what the hell? So I kept watching, and it was like, I know, right? And he's like, my team and I are all former CIA members, very highly decorated, very highly classified, all that stuff. And he's like, we are going to invent alien technology, such as like anti-gravity, time warp propelling material, all this stuff. Like I know. I was like, yo, you going cray, bro? Like, what's going on right now, yo? It's like, how
if it's true though. That is awesome.
If it's true. So then like it was like, well, then how come Elon Musk doesn't know about this stuff? Like, why is it only you who's like with the alien and like the CIA members, all that stuff, right?
Maybe Elon Musk is not looking into the aliens, and
maybe totally.
He was so fascinated of the aliens in the first place.
For sure, yeah, totally.
It got to a point where he found maybe knowledge that no one has ever searched for. You know?
Agreed. So then, so he's been doing this for like 20 years. And then I saw last night he was on Joe Rogan. I was like, perfect, because Joe Rogan, he's like my bullshit detector. Like Joe Rogan's really good at calling people out, right? And
just asking the questions.
Exactly, the right questions. And dude, this guy is off the rocker. It's crazy. So it made me so sad. I was like, no, I loved you and your music and stuff. But then like him on Joe Rogan's like, oh, because Joe Rogan's very into like aliens and like secret technologies and stuff, right? He was like obsessed as well. So he's like, oh, yeah. Like, do you know about Zachariah Sitchin, right? Because so basically this guy, he believed that there was an alien planet that would come close to Earth every like 12,000 years or something like that, and like he will evolve, like that planet will evolve societies and species. So like
interesting.
They'll like take the monkeys from here and they'll like add in their like godlike DNA, and then they'll create like life forms like us, right? So that guy was totally full of BS. Like Joe Rogan went down the rabbit hole and he like studied and stuff, and then he found out like this guy's like full of BS. So then Joe Rogan's, but I've seen like a lot of Joe Rogan episodes. So like him and Eddie Bravo, you know Eddie Bravo? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and him and Eddie Bravo and Alex Jones, they were really into this stuff. And then Joe Rogan kept like debunking them, right? And then like he's like, so do you believe in Zachariah Sitchin? And then Tom DeLonge's like, yeah, 100%. I was like, oh my god, because like Joe Rogan's like debunked this guy, and yet you believe in them. You know what I mean? It's like you believe in all of the false people. You know what I mean? And then it started to make me think, like, because he was like, so one of the things was like, he's like how do you know that this is like real? And he's like, well, anybody who studies stuff online for 20 years like I have, you're able to piece it all together.
Online?
Like I know, right? And he's like I've studied all of the top stuff from online, like ever since the internet first came out, and like
Wikipedia.
Yeah, like I've been categorizing things, and like he's like I'm sort of like CIA, like intelligence operatives in the CIA. I'm like their level because I've studied that much. And it was like,
so how about all these
can't
pictures?
believe it, yo.
What pictures of all these government officials?
We're with him.
Yeah, what are these? Pictures.
No, not pictures. Like,
where are they from?
They're actually on the team. So, you know, like
really,
the CIA used to have this CIA spy program where they tried to do like telekinesis. You know, they used to try and train their agents in telekinesis, right? Okay. And the guy. So Joe Rogan did. You know, Joe Rogan questions everything.
Yeah.
So he went.
I've never watched it though.
All right, so he went to see if that stuff was real, like the psychic spies, and like he ended up debunking it, right? And then Tom DeLonge was like, "Oh, the head. Oh, nice. I got 14,000. How much you get?"
See.
Nice. So let's head back to your motorcycle club.
Yeah. Can you pick me up?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm stuck.
So then he's like, oh, the head of my program is the guy who invented the psychic spy program. And then freaking Joe Rogan's like, what the hell is going on? He actually ended the freaking interview early, yo. You could tell, like, he was like, and yeah, it was great. It was great getting to meet you. We'll just end it now. You know, he was like, dang,
How long was it?
It was an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40.
Well, at least he stayed for an hour and 40.
For sure, but it was getting cray, so he had to like stop it. You know what I mean? Like, it was making me feel really bad. I was like, dude, like, how far down the rabbit hole can you get into this stuff that you actually go crazy? You know what I mean? And like, it's like, again, it was like about the whole pathologies, right? It's like, what do you believe that nobody else can see? Because you make your own reality, right? So to Tom DeLonge, he believes that he is the truth purveyor of like life. You know, he's like, I know the secrets that nobody knows. But then like the people that have studied like scientific, he even said like Joe Rogan's like, why don't you get in touch with Elon Musk? And then Tom DeLonge's like, he's like, yeah, man, like our next technology, Elon's definitely going to jump on board with. And it was like, so it's called like a qubit or something. It's the size of a shoebox, and what they do is they shoot atoms at the or like electrons at the shoebox, and it explodes. Like, it makes mini explosions, and those mini explosions are what are going to create hover cars. But it's
the explosion. How are you gonna keep it constant?
Exactly. That's what Joe Rogan said. He's like,
it's an explosion.
Yeah, exactly. So Joe Rogan's like,
you can't control explosions.
Exactly. So Tom DeLonge's like, he's like, well, they do it with CERN, right? Like the whole, you know, they shoot particles at them at each other, right? They're trying to make the Big Bang, right, with CERN.
Yeah.
So then
but they're trying to recreate the Big Bang. There's no
exactly, but
not trying to. Okay, go on.
But it's the same idea of shooting one particle, right? And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, but it's like miles long. Their technology, like the actual CERN thing, is huge. So it's like, how are you gonna make a hover car if they require like a huge ass fucking machine? You know what I mean? I know, dude. Yeah. I was watching. I was like, "Oh my god, you honestly left your rocker."
Maybe he knows the truth and we don't know, and we're just blind to it. I don't know.
For sure. That's what Joe Rogan posted. He's like, "I want to believe," in his freaking caption. It was so funny, dude.
Oh yeah.
But it makes you think, yo, like, how many other people around you are so obsessed with a specific truth that's like so weird, but they believe it so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh, totally, right? Exactly, man. And like, this is like, you know, like those young Earth Christians who believe that the Earth is like 6,000 years old. but it's like evolution tells us it's millions and millions of years old, but they don't believe that.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so it's like that doesn't add up. Like science is telling you that it's one way and you're believing it's a different way because you are, you know, of a specific faith. You know, the crazy part is like when you talk about faith, that's the real problem because faith requires you to believe blindly.
Blindly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have to have faith,
Yeah.
bro. Wait, is this mine or yours, bro?
This is yours. Oh, sorry.
Oh. I was like, wait,
sorry.
this is not where we were meant to
I'm
go.
all the way over here.
Alright, it's all good, it's all good. Yeah, yo. So, like, I don't know, maybe we'll have technology like that one day and it'll be sick. But,
That'll be
like,
cool.
but I don't know the relevance in that. I do think, though, that Earth has been hit by I do believe that we've done this before, you know, but I don't think it's like God. Like I don't know why people, man, everyone's just so obsessed with like aliens and God. Like why can't you be content with what's in front of you? You know, that's what the yogi knows. You know,
it's the escape of their own reality.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you can't even accept reality for how it is. You need to like create this weird fictitious thing. You need to believe in yourself. Like you need to believe that you are a higher dimensional being before you can even believe in yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, you can do anything you want, and then you don't believe it unless you tell yourself you're a higher dimensional being.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that.
But I guess we all tell ourselves stories all the time. It'd be crazy to see like.
Can we say that we are escaping reality right now by playing this video game?
I'm using this as a vehicle to speak to you and create a podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
so it's like not really.
I guess I'm not sure.
But no, I guess if we're like playing,
you get what I mean? People can say it that way, you know, like
for sure. I agree with you. Yeah, totally.
Just saying.
But
I have to
like,
put it out there.
100%. But if you look at it like, all right, so that aside, reality is whatever you make yourself believe, right?
Yeah.
So Tom DeLonge's reality is that he's a part of some crazy undercover operation that he stumbled upon by like Googling shit for 20 years, you know, and like, you know, never fact checking, blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
he was never fact checking? I thought he was fact checking the whole time.
He was fact checking.
That's why he was online.
He was fact checking, but not fact checking his sources. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like he would find a person, like that's why Joe Rogan's like, oh, this one guy's full of BS, but Tom DeLonge still believed in him because he's like, he didn't fact check the guy that was giving him the facts. You know what I'm saying? He was just so excited about like an illusion. But yeah, so anyways, like real is only as real as we believe it to be. So like because we understand this, we're just playing with our own realities. But at the heart of everything, I'm pretty sure we both, well, I can say for myself, I don't know, you'd have to like corroborate it, but I honestly believe everything's an illusion.
Go to the back. Go to the back.
Okay.
No, not the other way. Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah.
Make a left.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, yours is like super hidden, bro. Oh, there you go. It's blue now. Okay.
Go in.
Oh, okay.
You can park your car in there.
Oh, sweet. Look at these hacks. Yeah, so like everything is only real as much as you believe, right? And it's like if you know that that's the truth, then you'll realize that everything is not real. You know? Does that make sense?
Everything is not real because
for the sheer fact that your reality is
an illusion.
Exactly. For the sheer fact,
only a creation of your mind.
Yeah, totally. For the sheer fact that like if something's true, it's true always, right? Like it's in mathematics, it's like it can't be like half true. You know, even though you get half marks, but it's like it's either you're gonna get 2 + 2 = 4, but 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5. You know what I mean? So the fact that you believe something to be real and I believe something to be real, but they're two different things, then it's not true, right? Because they're contradicting each other. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got it.
So in that scenario, that would just leave out truth being real. Therefore, truth is not real, and everything's an illusion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cash reward to get them where they're going. You wanna do cracked? Let's do cracked.
All right, cool. Never done that one before. Yeah. Do you like did you when you began to like realize this whole like perception reality thing, did it freak you out?
No.
Did it make you
You
like
left me, bro.
oh my bad. I'll be outside.
Did it freak me out? No, doesn't freak me out.
Did it make you question anything?
Myself.
Yeah, but that doesn't scare you at all.
No.
Oh, that's interesting. I was super freaked
Why?
out, yeah.
Why?
It's like
Well, what's so scary about it?
because of like the fear of like, well, it was like an existential thing, because then it's like, oh, then what do I know is real, you know, like, oh, is my family real, is the way I look at them real, is like food real, are the things that I like even real?
It becomes real once multiple people confirm that it's real for them also.
It becomes a collective reality.
A collective reality, yes.
Yeah,
there you go. I like that.
But like, which is society. You know what I mean? Like collective reality, in other words, would just be society, because we're just agreeing upon something that, like, what is a law really? Like, all right, here. So like, if you were at a red light, okay, would you drive through it?
If I were at a red light, would I drive through it? No,
Why not?
because it's for the safety of others.
Okay, no, all right. Let's say, all right, yeah, you're right. Touche. I didn't give you the exact variable. All right, let's say you were in the desert and there was a red light. Would you drive through the red light if you were in the desert and nobody was around?
Depends how long I was waiting for.
But even the sheer fact that you just said depends on how long I was waiting for suggests that you would adhere to the law that's not even real.
Yeah.
Right? So that in itself is like, that's the illusion, because the collective reality is I must stop at red lights. But there's nothing there. Like, what is a red light? Like, what is a law? A law is just an agreed upon thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
but it's like,
we went through this.
no, it's crazy, right? It's like, but like, how ingrained in our societal what do I do here? Keep safe. Okay, do we shoot?
We might have to enter. How do we enter this place?
Okay. If anyone's listening, we're doing missions right now, so new missions we've never done before. So it takes a lot of energy to
a lot of focus.
Yeah. So like, under those, it's like, isn't that crazy? It's like, how do you even, like, how much of our programming is like subconscious, like, pushed upon programming? And then when you start to break those rules, you know, that's when you become somebody who, like, quote, hacks unquotes reality. You know, it's like, why do I have to wait for a red light? Why do I have to go to school? Why do I have to get a job? Why do I have to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of our life is like based around like adhering to these things that aren't even real. You know what? Like, it's crazy that like you're in the middle of the desert, there's nobody around, and you'd still stop at the red light. I would too.
Yeah,
though.
just in case.
Just in case,
Just
but like in case of what though? You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing there except for you telling yourself not to do it.
Yeah.
And you know what the scary part is? What if you never even think of these existential questions before? Then you're just like asleep. You know what I mean? That's when you become the battery in the Matrix, you know?
Is when you just blindly
Follow,
live,
you know?
follow and live life, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the benefits of like studying yoga or like the mind, because like in studying your mind, which I think everyone should do, it's like you begin to realize that your mind is it's like it's directing you in ways that you might not even want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's an addiction really, you know?
It is a pleasurable state that somebody what is it? Yeah.
Right?
Pleasurable
Like,
state that they what do I do here? I don't know how to do this.
I've never done that before. So if anyone's listening, we're trying to figure out how to crack this lock. Right now, Sydney's character looks like he's been shot, and it appears as though he's moving the controller back and forth, trying to figure out. It's crazy how like real this seems right now to me, because I'm like watching you do this, and I'm like, all right, man. Like if we weren't doing this podcast, like keeping
I don't
some
even
sort
know
of.
what you're seeing.
Oh really? Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing?
No.
Oh, right now I'm watching you like fidget with the lock right now. It's pretty cool.
Do you see what I'm seeing?
No, I don't. I don't think I see. What do you see?
Do you see the lock?
No, I don't see the lock. I just see your character holding something in its hand, like holding onto the thing, trying to figure out the code. Hey, you figured it out. But see, even there, right there, we're amidst two realities within one reality. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching you, and I'm like, oh man, like I'm watching you do some crazy stuff, and you're like, oh, I can see only the lock.
I was watching. I can see my character doing it, but it was like the lock is like this, the whole screen, like the middle of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. So it's like, what is real? You know? Or like, let's say you drink alcohol, right? And then you're getting all loopy, and you're like, oh man,
Okay.
like everything's moving, but it's not really moving. It's only moving to you.
We need to get a car. Do you have one?
Ooh. Oh, let's just go grab my bike. On the side, running. GTA is such a fun game, yo. It totally puts
let's
you
just
into
take
this
one of
like
these
world.
cars.
Huh? Yeah. All right. Cool. Where you at? You are. Oh, sweet. All right. Cool. I'll jump in yours. Oops. Oh, hit me. It's a good thing you can't feel this. Oh, you're driving away?
No, I'm just moving.
All right. Cool. Awesome, man. So it's crazy. Like if you, especially if you sit up close to your screen, your brain is like so lost in like this world. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, have you? All right. So have you hit this point yet? Like, I find it happening in myself, which is like kind of scary. But like, I guess you would call it like dissociative disorder in like psychology textbooks, where you're like, I'll be outside and I'm like, oh man, this is totally GTA right now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because you're dissociating with yourself. You're like, oh, this is like a video game, but it's not really a video game, allegedly, according to psychiatrists and stuff.
Well, what? It is a video game.
Life
To me.
or the game itself.
Both.
Totally, yeah, I agree with you, because it's all perception. Because you asked the question before about like, well, isn't this like a distortion of reality? And it's like, yes and no. You know, it's like but it's like it's willful distortion. That's the thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like whereas it's like,
lost. We're not lost.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the yoga has provided us with the ability. Are you getting it? Oh, cool. Sweet. So yoga has provided us with the ability to choose, you know? Or no, I wouldn't say choose, because I don't believe in choice. I'd say it has provided us with the awareness to realize that we can shift our consciousness from one thing to another and make ourselves believe it's real. You know, where it's like the whole Tom DeLonge thing.
The whole creating reality.
Exactly. Yeah. We are the creator of our own reality. So like this whole Tom DeLonge thing, it's like he's so wrapped up in his, you know, quote unquote reality of like aliens being real, that like you don't realize that you're making yourself believe that aliens are real. Like, is it real? Is it even?
Because he's not aware of what he's doing to himself.
Exactly, yo. Like, even if you look at, like, I don't want to like body shame or like whatever. Like, I love the guy. Honestly, he's great. He's a great musician. But like, if you look at him, he looks like he eats unhealthy. He's not worked out. You know, he's just obsessed with this one truth that he's trying to figure out. You know, and that's like that is streaming into unhealthy behaviors. You know.
Yeah.
Because like
Maybe he's so wrapped up in his mind though.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. So like, if
That's
you
why
don't even
he's not
realize,
taking care of his body.
exactly, and if you don't like if you don't see beyond the mind, if you don't even see your own like obsessions, then how can you know what you're doing? You know,
Mm-hmm.
we've become like we've become like obsessive beings and not like living things anymore. You know what I mean?
Uh,
But I even feel that with myself though. I'm always trying to get something done. You know what I mean? So it's like it's. I feel like you can never escape trying to get things done.
yeah.
You know, it'll forever be there. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I can see that. Like, I need to go and grab an apple to eat.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
You'll
It's
never
like,
escape that. Okay.
yeah.
Fine. I was gonna argue it, but then I was like, oh wait, no.
But it's weird that like people, like, you know, when they want like a vacation or something, right? It's like I just want to leave. You know, I want to just chill. And whenever people say like I just want to chill, it means like I don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? But it's like because you're always
no.
programmed. No?
I don't know. When I say I just want to chill, it's not doing nothing. It's like
No. I enjoy the
don't
company of our existence. Yeah. No. But I mean, like, you know those people that like, I'm sure you know those people that like, they're like, I can't wait for vacation because we're going to Mexico, and like, what are you gonna do in Mexico? Oh, we're just gonna eat.
But that's an escape of their reality.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, totally, exactly. It's just an
Right
escape.
here, the back door.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Back door. Yeah.
Cool.
You can drive over it, and we're good.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
Oops, sorry. There. Yes. Hey, not bad. 28. That's pretty good.
You got 28?
Yeah. How much do you
I
get?
got 14.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I got you. Remember all those times when I was like, oh, I'm getting like 65, I'm getting like 45. I was looking at the grand total, not the addition. I got 14 as well.
Oh.
Yeah, no wonder. I was like, wait, how come I'm getting so much money right now? But it's like, no, you're actually not, bro.
Okay. That makes so much
that makes, yeah, I know, because it's like, wait, how come the difference is way huge? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, like escapism, man.
I'm not out of line. I only have 100 right now.
You mean 100?
I'm at 100K right now.
How much do you need to upgrade your? How much do you need to upgrade your thing?
A lot. Okay, I'm going back.
All right, cool.
See you there, bye.
Yeah, you're so fast, yo. So yeah, like
Just,
escapism and
like-
stuff. Do you like yeah, like it's weird. It's almost like our society is so built on like propagating things and pushing things forward that we don't even we hit like a red line. Like our whole lives are about redlining, and then we like break down and we're like, I just need a vacation. You know what I mean?
Why? Like, why would they do that though? Well, it's just those people are not happy with their with how their lives are.
Exactly, yo. So
That's what it is.
Totally.
I was just like, why is it like that? And I had to think about it. I was like, oh wait, no, it's because they're unhappy with their lives.
for
that
sure,
they
for sure.
Have to do it. They call that. You know what I call that? The weekend warriors.
Yeah, that's true, yo. That's
You know
totally
that?
what they are, yo. Yeah, weekend warriors,
You
man.
know those guys?
Yeah,
those
for
people
sure.
that like work Monday to Friday, Friday night to Sunday night. They just go hard.
That's crazy, though, man. It's like
But people live like that.
for sure,
I know
for
a
sure.
lot- I know. I know a couple of people like that. So it's like, it is a thing.
It's almost like it's almost sad, you know. Like I find that like whenever I like if I find myself having to go downtown and stuff, and then like I see like hordes of people like doing that, like not to knock it though, because you have to do it first to understand that, you know, like there is no salvation in this, right? So it's like I
Oh,
what huh
I just got T-boned. I
Oh.
T-boned a guy. And
got you yeah. So no salvation in like the weekend warrior method, you know. But it's like you have to go through that first, because I remember doing that, you know, like, oh, let's party and stuff, but like there's like a limitation to it. It's almost like you
No, but you didn't go hard though. You
yeah,
didn't even
because
go through.
for sure,
you know,
no, because I was like
Weekend
I don't
warrior.
see the purpose in weekend warrior, you know. It was kind of like taking me away from my time of doing other things, you know, especially hangovers too. Oh, it's
But
brutal.
did you work? Did you work
I've never
Monday to
had it. No, I've never
Friday.
had a
Yeah,
job.
you haven't worked. Yeah, so
So I don't know
you
what that
can't
feels
say
like.
that you yeah. So like yeah, I've gone through a point where I wanted like I was going through it, but it
Weekend
was like it
warrior.
wasn't like too hard. I only do it once. I'm not the person that'll do it like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. You know, like I'm not one of those.
Yeah, yeah. But you definitely felt a sense of like escapism for yourself.
Um, I don't know what it was. It was just I needed to just. Oh, I had to purchase it. Oh, damn it! I can't steal these. Okay. I wanted to, it's just after, you working. Yeah, I used to work 12-hour shifts.
Right, yeah.
It was when I worked. It was when I worked 10 days straight.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, I just need a drink.
Yeah, I feel you, I feel you.
It was one of those. It was one of those ones. It was like, man, I just need a drink right now, like just to be social.
Right,
I just
right,
need to be
right.
social right now
But
because as of right now,
why be social? You know what I mean? Like it's like why not fill your time with like
with my friends.
yeah. Oh, I see, I see.
Social and like being with my friends and whatever.
Right, right,
It's
right,
not
right.
like going.
Like relieve some
It's not like
stress.
well, that is relieving stress because I enjoy their company.
Right, 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 right. But what made you like turn that around? Like what made you realize that? Even the fact that you realize you're being a weekend warrior, like how many weekend warriors don't realize they're weekend warriors? They're like, no man, I just like to
Well, I grew
party.
out of it. That's what happened.
Exactly, exactly. I grew out of it. And like what was it?
I don't know. I don't like drinking that
Like
much.
like you just saw like you saw like the effects of it. You saw like the reality of the situation being like, okay, I'm just like band-aiding the solution right now. Like it's a band-aid solution.
I don't
Because
know
like
what it was.
it's weird when like you don't see that level of like awareness. Like I guess it goes back to again like the whole Tom Long thing. It's like they're living their reality so hard that they can't be observant of their own lives. You know.
Mm,
I wonder if that's why people say like meditation will help you. You know, and they're like, "Do you meditate?" And it's like, I could see the
but I hate.
benefit being
I don't like when
when
people
people
say
say
that
that.
though.
For sure, for sure. It seems like pretentious and stuff. You're like, why are
Like, what do
you?
you mean by
For sure. Totally, totally, totally.
meditation?
Totally.
Do you want to go to that question? Do you want to go there? Let's ask you your questions then.
Exactly, exactly.
What
Yeah,
you got, girl?
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, totally, totally. But like the benefit if you were to meditate would be that you would be able to at least see that your mind is like there is a thing called a mind and there's a thing called awareness. You know, there are two separate things going on. You know, do not let your
Hmm.
awareness be guided by your mind. You know, guide your mind through awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I got that.
I don't know. Reality's like
I
one of
get
those
that.
slippery ones, yo. Do you
I'm just changing.
No, it's all good. It's almost like believing in like Santa Claus, yo. You know, do you remember being a kid and believing Santa Claus? You're like, no, it's totally real, yo. Like my parents would never
Well,
lie to me. Or
I
you,
stopped
you
believing when I was like maybe when I was like grade two, grade
oh
one,
really, eh?
early,
Oh, okay.
early.
What? Oh, you had like, is it because of older siblings? Like, how come?
I don't know. Just was like no, no,
Interesting.
no, no. It doesn't. It's not real.
For sure, yeah,
And
yeah.
then as you go, you understand what it is, and it was just for the corporations to sell on their products.
Uh huh. Yeah, totally.
It's a marketing thing.
Yeah,
It was created for marketing. So like, no thanks.
yeah, totally. Yeah, that's one of the. Yeah, that's the crazy evil about reality. It's like it's just what many different ways can I use to like sell products? You know, so money driven. Do you know what's crazy to think about? Like, how did the people of the '60s? Because there's this whole like enlightening movement, blah blah blah, like waking up in the '60s too. But it's like, how did that fall apart? You know?
Um,
I have my theory, but I just like to see what you think.
They got way too into the acid.
So you think
So people thought they were crazy. So if they laid off it a little bit, just did it for, did it more controlled.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better than just outright just going to the one extreme to the next.
For sure. Yeah. I see what you're saying. So you think
There's no slow build. It was just a straight up like everyone on LSD. And it's like,
yeah, totally.
Goodness. It's like one of those. It's like, okay, that's why I was like, it seemed very dangerous, I would say.
Right.
It was dangerous because it got too many people at one time. Like, it was just like a huge movement of people doing it.
Right. But they were all like,
it was like eased in.
But they were all claiming like,
and it was
like
strategic,
But,
what was that?
But they're all claiming like, oh, the government's bad, all this stuff, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like there was
but
a
like
lot of...
they were starting to realize things that, maybe they didn't want to know.
Oh, I see.
The government didn't want them to know.
But then afterwards,
they were using LSD so much, it was like, yeah, it's because of this, they're crazy. These people are crazy because they're taking this LSD. It's a dangerous drug.
For sure.
The truth.
Totally. But like in that, it's like, how did those people that once believed in all of those truths, they went back to work? Because those 60s babies became baby boomers. And then now we have a society that's like, because it's like you're looking at the 60s and you're like, oh man, that was the enlightening period. And it's like, was it really? Because the 60s people are the ones who now run government. I personally
believe... Who was part of that movement, though?
The what?
That's
movement?
The thing.
The 60s movement?
There's two sides. There's two sides to it. Like, which side is the one that's in control right now?
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think what really got them though was kids. When you have like a whole population on LSD and they're all just making love and stuff, and then you have all these like accidental births, and then you hit like a point where it's like, okay, you have to provide for your kid now. Stop partying, go get a job. Like they realize that they needed money.
I don't think it's like that. Yeah, well, that's when they start prioritizing what's important to them.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. But I think
as it's like, oh, if I want what I want, then I'm gonna have to make money so I can go get it.
100%.
So I'll have to stop partying so I can get it.
100%. So what I'm thinking now is that you have to go one way super hard, then you have to go the other way super hard, then you meet in the middle, right?
Sorry, you're cutting off.
Oh, sorry.
You are cutting off.
You have to go one way super hard, and then you have to go the other way super hard, and then you meet in the middle, right?
So you have to go through both extremes in order for you to go to the middle.
Exactly. So I think we're the byproduct of those two extremes, because the LSD movement, the whole 60s movement, was like, we're gonna go anti-government, and then those people were like, oh shit, we have kids, we need to buckle down, and then they went super hard in the other direction where it's like, okay, we need money, right? And then now we're beginning to realize that there's a balance that can be had, where it's like you need a certain amount of money, whereas like one side was like, screw money, and the other side was like, okay, get all the money you can. And then now it's like you meet people that are living completely odd existences, because of the internet too. Like you can make money in different ways.
Well, we think like that, where it's like I am balanced with this for my life, that amount of money for my life. But there's a lot of people that are still chasing for money.
Actually, I agree with you, because you got me thinking. It's like, actually it could just be a vacuum, because all the people that I watch and listen to, they think like me. Because you need to fuel your mind with similar thoughts if you want to get there, right?
Sorry, you're cutting off, man.
Oh no!
You're cutting off. Yeah. Even the. Okay, there, much better.
Good.
We're back.
All right, cool. So, we need to fuel. Like, I was thinking, like maybe I'm actually in a vacuum myself. Maybe I'm in a reality that I don't even know I'm in. Because like when you said like how many people actually believe what we believe, and it's like actually you're right, because I don't watch anything that is in the contrary, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Right, so it's like I automatically went to, yeah, we're having this new movement, but it's like, are we really having this new movement? Because there's still a lot of people out there that don't even understand what's going on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I could it also be like lower socioeconomic statuses? You know what I mean? Like if you are off, like if you have a lower status in life, like economically, you're less likely to realize these truths.
Yeah, I did not hear your question. Sorry.
Oh no.
Or hear what you're saying. This last part.
It could be like lower socioeconomic statuses. You know?
Okay.
Because like maybe the only reason why we can even think about these truths is the fact that we have the time and energy and money to think about them. You know what I mean? But like
You're
people
cutting
who
off. You're cutting off. You're cutting off.
oh, brutal. Are you like, are people using
Hello?
your internet?
You're cutting off.
Oh, brutal. I think
Hello?
hey, oh no. So if anyone's
My
listening right
internet
now,
is very bad right now.
yeah, that is what's going on. So if anyone's listening right now, oh, Sydney left the party, and that is how we will end that podcast, talking about lower socioeconomic statuses. Okay, so well, I will wrap this sucker up home. This is one of the problems with digital podcasting, where if somebody does not have the exact same amount of internet that you have, they will be forced to be kicked off when other people start using their internet. That being said, understand that your reality is completely based off of what you believe, because all life is a perception, and the storehouse for that perception, that modulator, the moderator for your consciousness, is your mind. So manage your mind, manage your life. I'm totally a spokesperson right now. Support us on Patreon. No, don't even support us, because that's gonna be a lot of money. Just well, unless you have the money, just like and comment. That would mean the world to Vishal, because he is a cutie. Till next time, stay humble, stay cute. Bye bye.